it's time for us to get into a conversation. Now, this is a special feature, and I've been joined by a woman who is, well, first of all, doesn't need any introduction because she's a woman of many powerful parts. And the history and the legacy, no pun intended, is such that she's phenomenal. But we're going to dig a bit deeper and just find out what it is that has brought her to this point and what she's up to now. Let me introduce Comfort Ocran. Good morning, Auntie Comfort. How are you?
Good morning.
It's good to have you here.
I know. I always look forward to the opportunity to have sit down with you and have a great conversation.
It's good to have you. Now, let's just dive right into it, of course. I mean, I'm sure you have been interviewed a million times, and but I'm curious about some certain touch points, okay, through history. Let me start from the first time I heard of you. It was actually, I've been trying to remember the name of the publishing company.
Combat Impressions?
Combat Impressions. That's it. So, back in the day, and I think it was Eastwood Annabas Books. And I think I bought it, and then I think I saw it was their Combat Impressions, and then I was curious, who Combat Impressions was. And then I found out it was, you and your husband were behind Combat Impressions back then. Now, let me ask, for me, the fascination and curiosity with, so of course, there's Legacy and Legacy, there's Springboard, and among so many other things. You're literally serial entrepreneurs. Did you always imagine that would be the case before you got married? Did you imagine that's how your life would be?
Did I project? Yes.
Okay.
Did I imagine? I didn't know what the process
was going to be like. Okay.
But I knew that it was going to be a good one. Basically, because when I first met Albert in Legon in 1987. Now, you didn't hear that. Don't
People are doing their mathematics already.
That's why I said that they should take it
I know,
right? I saw someone who was driven.
Okay.
I saw someone who appreciated the route that helps, that you are in charge of your life. Now, when we were around that time and we were in Legon, we hardly had any people on campus who were entrepreneurs.
Okay.
People who were running, doing something. And Albert, at that time, his family background implied that he needed to find something to support himself while in school. And he would spare no expense, or not expense, but no time.
Effort, yeah.
So he would go to Kumasi, or he would manage to get artworks from Kumasi, bring them to Legon campus, and then go around Accra, finding places where he can sell those artworks. He would hold exhibitions. Whenever they say, there's a whole week, he would come and say, can I exhibit my product? And of course, I am the marketing agent, so we'll be selling the thing. So yes, indeed, I saw the potential as someone who, even though is coming from a background that was challenged, was willing to put in the effort, was willing to put in the work to make something good for himself. And for me, that was potential. For me, that was opportunity. For me, that was an inclination of our future life if we were willing to pay the price. And so that's so yes, I knew where we would end, but how, I didn't know.
Wow, that's fascinating. No, because you see, I think that it's a beautiful story and lesson in first of all being patient. Secondly, understanding that not all days will be great, but the story eventually will be great.
Exactly.
And for me, I think that unfortunately, a lot of that may be lost on younger people today. I don't know what your experience has been like doing the Springboard, programs. When you meet the young people, what sense do you get?
Before I answer that,
Yes,
I
go
just when you said not all the days will be great, it reminded me of when we're doing combat, and one about 4 or 5 months, we had a very bad turn, and it had come to a time where at home we just had Gary and at less than pack. Not Olunka, the small one, the butter,
The margarine
tin of beans. Wow. And we had our first child. Wow. So it's not a case of, there was no option. We had to feed the child first.
Yeah.
So when we boil the beans, we'll give him we'll give him the beans, and then we would eat just the Gary because we were big enough.
Wow.
So one day I was then coming in a taxi, and I would witness to people that I meet in taxi, and I was like, oh, so you must give your life to Christ. And the person was saying that, but what if the things are not doing well? And I said, you know what? The difference God makes in your life is the fact that he gives you future. He gives you hope. Wow. He gives you ability. Wow. So if you look at your present circumstance and say it is not well, and therefore I don't have any hope, and so on and so forth, and you rule yourself out of the game completely, you are able to see, to be patient and wait for the time, for the tide to turn in your favor. Wow. So I told the person that even though right now where I am is not good, but I'm so confident about the future. Therefore, to your question, if you do, and that is why we do Springboard. Yeah. Because there are many young people who need to understand, or who need to come to the realization that hope not only gives you the capacity to dream, but it also gives you the capacity to look for opportunity. Yeah. If you rule out hope, you take out any chance of you turning things around. So even when things are not doing well, you can always tell yourself that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. If things are you don't understand how a particular problem can be solved, if you consult with others and get other perspectives, you can use those perspectives. Sometimes you have to read, sometimes you have to research and find out how can I get this thing done? And based on your mindset. The other day I was telling the team that, success is 95% mindset and 5% strategy. Basically, because once you think you can't do it, you will not be able to do it. Once you think you can,
then you will. Nothing
you
will stop
will.
You. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay. So now I'm thinking about something else. Legacy and legacy. A consulting firm. At the time you started it, I don't know what consultancies were like in Ghana and how you even hoped to make a decent living from offering consultancy as a management consulting firm. Now, when you said 1987, you met Albert in Legon, I was thinking about where I was in 1987, but I can tell you where I was. I was in Malawi in high school. I was in, 85, I started first year. So I was in third year. In Form 3, 1985. But I'm just thinking about it, that Ghana is a very interesting place. Management consulting companies have been in existence globally for over 100 years, but somehow it's like we've always laid to the table, and then even when you start, people will look at you funny and say, what is it that you are doing, over there and all of that. Why was Legacy and Legacy set up? And how was it at that time when you set it up?
Okay, so here we are. We had achieved considerable success as Combat Impressions. And so people were asking us, how do you do it?
Yeah.
And we realized that we were spending quite a considerable amount of time giving people advice.
Yeah.
And so it was a hobby. And whenever you have a good hobby,
Yeah.
where people are demanding its services, it's an opportunity to sit down and say, do I want to continue working on this as a hobby, or do I want to look at how I can create an income stream for it?
Yeah.
We really believe in the concept of multiple streams of income.
Okay.
So when we sat down and looked at it, we said, well, it seems as if the demand would grow, and there is the market for it.
Yeah.
Where's the niche? And we looked at our niche, and we said, well, we do have a niche, and therefore, why don't you set up the organization concentrating on our niche of soft skills, so that based on that, we can offer the services that people need, and at the same time, we'll be able to get rewarded for that. And I must say that for those of us who are budding entrepreneurs, I'd like to encourage you that, no matter what, if you choose to get into the entrepreneurial field, please solve a problem. Don't think primarily about the funding or how you would make money out of it. Because if you're able to find a unique selling proposition, if you're able to find a unique way to use that opportunity that you have, you'll be able to make plenty money. So don't focus on the money, focus on what solution you are providing, how you are solving people's pain points or what they need, and then it follows.
Yeah. Okay. So springing on from there, again, no pun intended. You're doing something called Ghana Grows.
Yeah.
By all means, Ghana has to grow.
By all means.
Ghana must grow.
It must,
right?
It must. No, it's not must grow.
It must grow.
It must grow.
But sometimes it's painful. When you think about Ghana, sometimes it's painful. And you ask yourself, I often have this thing that goes on in my head, and I say, look, I don't think this is who we were 50 years ago. But somehow we seem to have become a nation of desperados who are greedy, dishonest, unjust, unfair. But Ghana has to grow.
It has to grow.
Talk to us about the whole idea of Ghana Grows and what it is that you're doing.
So, you see, my father was a Standard 7 person.
Okay.
When my father wrote, when he spoke, when he did anything, he always looked at how he can impact to people's lives. I wouldn't say my father was rich, neither would I say that he was poor. He was comfortable.
Yeah.
But if I see how my father was able to make something from where he came from as a Standard 7 person, and he lived that kind of beautiful life, I look at the young people of today, and sometimes I wonder, what will happen to them in 20 years' time? What will happen to them in 40 years' time? Because even though they may have gone to school, somehow the opportunity, the ability to create a lifestyle for themselves is somehow hampered. So when we were in Combat's Legacy and Legacy, one of our team members, Edward Akins, came and said, Comfort, don't you see it would be really great if we have a program for young people that looks at helping young people start the year right.
Okay.
And I said, oh, fantastic. So let's do it. And we did it in Osu Presby in 2006. And we had about 600 people from across the nation. That was the start of Springboard Roadshow Foundation. But so it was a springboard because after the program, somebody came and said, oh, can I, would you like to come to Tamale? And I said, I don't know anybody in Tamale. How? And then the person said, no problem. I'll go with you. And so that's how we went. And so it was not just a springboard, but now it was a roadshow across the nation. We did that several years. Now, at the back of our minds, what we said was, if we are able to touch one person's life, one person, that person is not an isolated person. That person is in a community, and therefore we have a rippling effect of that intervention, the benefit, the impact that we made in the person's life. Therefore, we've done that for several years. And it's amazing. It's sometimes humbling. It's sometimes exciting as well. When you go to places and you see people who said, oh, I came to Springboard, 20 this, I came to Springboard, and you're like, oh, wow, where are you now? This is what I'm doing. And it's amazing stories. And they talk about how Springboard shifted the trajectory of their lives. Okay. And for me, that is pure gold. Everything. Yeah. Because all of a sudden, I have my daddy. I have somebody who is able to create life for himself, for his community, for his family. So when we move on and we've done this on the individual scale, now we say, okay, is there another part of our country that we are not looking at? We had the opportunity to partner with the MasterCard Foundation, the core program. I think I came here, we spoke about it. And based on how successful the program was, and MasterCard was rolling out another initiative. This was targeting changing mindsets for young people about the agric and ATV sectors. So they said we should, so we co-created the project together. So Ghana Grows is basically a co-created project with MasterCard Foundation and as well as other partners like Limehouse and Miraki Arts, as well as Access Human Capital. Basically, what are we doing? We're saying that the agri sector, the ATV sector, has so much potential. There is hope there. As we say, in Ghana Grows, hope day. Hope day because every part of the value chain in agric, whether it's at the input, the logistics part, whether it is at the actual growing in terms of production, whether it is adding value, whether it is marketing the product, whether it is using the product. From the farm to the table, there's opportunity. So then, where a young person sits down and does not realize where the opportunity is, we are saying that at Ghana Grows, we are focusing and ensuring that you see those opportunities, you appreciate, you go in there and ensure that you are able to find where you can place your role. This is a young person in, this is what do you call a place in, I've forgotten where, near in Sawam, where they have a chocolate factory. This person dreamt that I could actually grow, do chocolate, add value to our chocolate here. And this young person is now employing over 100 people in different parts of the chocolate place. Is there an opportunity for you? Yes. They have biologists there. They have chemists there. They have the marketing people there. They have those who are into communications. It's all in the agric value chain. And if we see such opportunities, we are able to take advantage of it. If you go to, there was one, I just saw a picture of some young people who have been given ATV skills. And if you tell some time ago, if you tell someone that, oh, go and learn carpentry or go and learn how to fabricate metals, they'll say no. But right now, we've started adding value to our products. I got a privilege of interviewing or going to visit a friend of ours who is into making cassava flour.
Okay.
And she said all her equipment was fabricated here in GH from Tema.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So she has this huge opportunity where now the cassava that is harvested on the farms do not go waste because she has made a partnership with the producers and they bring it to her. She either does the cassava flour from that, and when she does the cassava flour, she has a friend who comes and does cake out of that.
Wow.
So all of a sudden, you don't need the wheat flour from abroad.
Yes.
We can use our cassava flour here in Ghana and help people appreciate how you can use it to make your own cakes or become the caterer that you want. The more we look at ways we can add value, the more we look at ways that we can shift people's mindsets about where to look at, the more we are able to give young people across the nation an opportunity to realize their goals, to realize the potential, to ensure that, hey, I can get some of the B and so on because I did it here.
Yeah. So in just a quick minute to wrap it up for us.
Are you serious? Are we wrapping up?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You clearly appear to believe that there's hope for Ghana.
Oh, there is so much hope. There's so much hope. There's so much opportunity. It's there. And we do have, that's why part of Ghana Grows, we have a call center where anybody from any part of the country can call in to find out what opportunities are there. We did a survey, a CAP survey, knowledge, attitude, and perception survey when we're starting this program. And we realized that one of the things people were asking about, so we want to know where we can help us find opportunities to learn skills to do the thing. So there's so much hope. Once we show the picture, once we paint the picture, once we show the avenues, and they realize it, we have it done. ATVET, in this vocational and technical skills, agric, so much, all over. For me, in Springboard right now, the team members are looking for ways to start their own agribusinesses because when they came on board the program and they saw that you can use snails, I mean, you don't have to be there. You go to the snail farm in about, just 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, and you are done.
Really?
And you have someone waiting to off-take your snails from you. It is, if you realize this is the price of snails.
Yeah, very expensive.
Very expensive. But you can grow it in your backyard with a space as big, as small as this.
Wow.
Are you telling me that you don't have this amount of space?
Oh, I have.
You do. You have the mushroom that you can grow in the same small space.
Mushrooms and snails are expensive.
They are expensive,
so
but they are easy. They are easy to do. Very, very easy to do. And when you finish growing the mushroom, you can actually add value by creating biscuits and all sorts of great things out of it. It's where you use your milk. So where you use milk, you put in mushroom, and you're ready to grow. You add value. I mean, this it's amazing.
This has been a fantastic conversation. Time ran away from us. I have no idea where all the time went. Thank you very much. Please, it's not my fault. There are people talking to me in my ear.
Okay. Before I leave, if you would like to find out more about the opportunities, kindly go to call us or send us WhatsApp on 030 82 777. Come on. Please forgive me.
Is Ghana Grows on social media?
Ghana Grows on social media. All our social media handles are there on Facebook, Instagram. You'll find Ghana Grows. And we have different broadcasts and so on and so on. So it's an amazing opportunity.
Fantastic.
Let's explore the agric and technical and vocational skills space.
please get in touch with Comfort Ocran and the team and find out about Ghana Grows and all the things that she's doing. Amazing, amazing woman. Listen, I am very confident I can sit down for an hour and still not finish talking with Madam Comfort Ocran. She's just a fantastic person all around.